you live today. Thank you very much. But we still have the windows and we can see outside, right? Today is I'm really excited because it's a very special day for me, because I have some very special people that I want you guys to meet. And I started Mondays with Meena because I want to bring to you stories, and I want to motivate you, and I want to inspire you during this time. It's really, really important to me to be able to do as much as I can, as I personally possibly can, bring in leaders to you, bring in guests to you, bring in as much motivation to you, because that's the max I can do. I can offer you opportunities, but I know that it's a tough time. And today I want to dedicate this show to all of my students out there, specifically the graduates of 2020, the class of 2020, and not just my class of 2020, the entire world's class of 2020. All of the celebrities, all of the people out there are cherishing you and are welcoming you and are looking up to you, and you are the people that are going to change the tomorrow for us. You're the people that have just come out of your education. And yes, I understand this was not what you had planned. And, like Oprah said in her video, the whoop whoop is not there and the palm's not there. But what's there is, in this entire world, everybody is looking up to you. You are the hope. You are the leaders of tomorrow. You are the ones that are going to change these times and bring us into the post-COVID, into the new norm that everybody's talking about. You are the ones that are going to lead the way for all of us. If anybody can tell you right now that I know the answer and I know how to make this change, they're lying, because none of us has ever experienced this, right? If I look into myself, I'm a hoarder, and it's very difficult for me to leave behind my past. I know that one of the biggest transitions of my life was when I moved to Canada, and I had to leave behind a lot of memories. Well, now we're in the COVID season, and I realized that 20 years of my journey in Canada, I've been hoarding it, every single memory, every single detail. And as much as I need to let go, it's difficult for me to let go, because that's what made me who I am. But that is not what is going to move me forward. What is going to move me forward are the lessons that I've learned, but what I'm doing with those lessons right now. So I am as trembling as I am right now. I think I am getting ready to let go of the past and walk in to the future. And I'm going to need your support. I'm going to need you, right? Just like you are going to need, those people that have been making a difference and that have been doing things a certain way. I do want to say that you have to be resilient. Resilience is what is going to move you forward. You need to be focused. You have these skills. You have this talent. You have your newfound education. You are going to move us forward into the future. So class of 2020, the pandemic class, the class that everybody is looking up to, congratulations. Congratulations on your graduation. And thank you for being here for us. It's a very special day, and I want to do a few shout outs. And these shout outs are to some people that I may not have told you already, but one is a dear friend of mine, Jerome de Souza. He's a chef at the community college that I work at. And, he's always been, in his own way, really, really kind and generous and helpful. When I found out that during this COVID season, he's actually volunteering his time to make food for people, for the essential workers in the long-term facilities, I was really touched. Yes, Jerome, I haven't called you and congratulated you, but it's a big shout out to the difference you're making. My other friend, dear friend, Kuber Kamal, you've seen me on his show many a times. Kuber, when he tweeted that, COVID's happened and I'm here to help you all. If anybody needs groceries, if anybody needs any help to go to hospitals or anything, I'm here for you. There was a complete different respect for him from me. And, I may not have told you, Kuber, but that showed a different kind of personality to me. And, shout out to Vishal Arora, who posted that he wants to volunteer, and he reached out to me and said, Meena, this is what my background is, and this is how I can help Destination CEO, because I want to be able to bring hope to all of those out there that are in similar position as me in transition. Joel Martin, part of Destination CEO already, volunteers his time to help job seekers with their resumes and with their interview questions, whilst in transition from a senior financial director position into his next career journey, whatever that may be. Because Bawa, who, again, part of Destination CEO, was posted online to say, hey, I just graduated with business analysis skill. My background is in in supply chain. Anybody that needs help, reach out. So I created this platform, this modem, to bring to you stories of those that have made a difference. And today I have stories like that I'd like to share with all of you. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them online. We're all trying to figure it out. Let's make today the first day of our new tomorrow. So let me bring my guests. I'm really excited in just a second. So I tried this last time. It kind of didn't work. I'm going to try it again. Hello, welcome Ankita Thakur, Sadanand Rao, and Vijay. Welcome to Mondays with Meena. How are you guys doing today?
We're good, Meena. How are you?
Very well, Meena.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I'm so excited, Meena.
Victoria,
how are you?
I'm really great. Although the light in Ankita's room is a bit dark, so, but yeah, oh yes, that's much better, Ankita. Thank you. So Ankita, welcome to the show. Being being the first girl, let's do a quick introduction. Ankita, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your journey and what you do right now.
Hey, hi all. First of all, congratulations for your graduation, class of 2020. I know it's amazing to graduate and finally be done with your studies and enter the job stream. So my name is Ankita Thakur. I moved here recently from India in August 2019, and since then I've been exploring what this Canada is, the job market, hidden job markets, and everything. And I did a couple of jobs as I moved here. I am basically a risk analyst with the experience with working with companies like Credit Suisse and Accenture back home for about 4 years. And I moved here to see because you have big five banks here to explore the financial market and see a new life and adventure. So that's how I moved. And I recently started working with Manulife in similar profile as a risk analyst for the model risk management team. And the experience so far is great. There have been so many ups and downs in my journey when I moved here. Because how it works back home in India, how it works here for employment is very different. And networking being a keyword that was used a lot, but when you actually do it, it's quite intimidating at the first. But then when you get hang of it, you know how to do it. It's actually not that bad or intimidating. It just becomes a usual part of your day and day out life. You just have to ensure that it's just not fake. You should have a little concern and understand it's a two-way street, give and take. So that's how my experience so far has been. I contacted, so when I landed here initially, I took a break and then enjoyed my summer last time, which I hope we can enjoy soon. And then I moved here. By the end of December, I came across something called Destination CEO, where I thought that I'm not able to understand the market. I'm not able to understand how to navigate here. So I met Meena. I attended one of such live sessions, and I immediately contacted her over LinkedIn saying that, hi, I would like to understand what this is. And I think I need help in my networking because I was lacking it. And that's what I figured out is we need resume to be done, we need contacts to be built, everything. So I came across Meena, who helped me understand this entire process, which seemed very confusing at first. And she told me how to approach people, how to approach on LinkedIn, how to make maximum use of LinkedIn for in a professional way, how to build contacts that are genuine and long-lasting connections rather than just a LinkedIn message or LinkedIn connections. And I met through her, we had a mentors event, and I met so many mentors across platforms who gave me many tips on my resume. Somebody told me on my resume style, somebody helped me with my interviews. We had mock interviews connected, which helped me understand, okay, where am I lacking first? And when I joined with her, we worked on my resume for a couple of times. I refined my resumes. I think we had about 15 iterations of the resumes going back and forth. So after taking baby steps on the way, I had a couple of interview calls lined up by January, and those were going great. And I received an offer from Manulife, which was based on a past interview where they liked me, but that they did not have an opening, and they kept my resume with them. And when a similar opening came up, because we had discussed in detail what I did back home, they hired me for that particular role, which is very interesting that they're tapping into hidden markets is something that they say. So these things do happen. There are interviews that are done without job. There's a fixed job description at hand, no job posting, but there are jobs that they require. And these are opportunities that open only through connections, because until unless you build a connection to the person and tell them what skills you have, they might not remember who you are and what you are good at. So presenting myself in a better way, presenting my interview skills, etc., is where Destination CEO was very, very helpful to me. I thank Meena because she's an amazing human being who I contacted a lot during my issues where I fell down due to rejection emails, or we know there's a long process that comes in to interviews and getting a call or getting the next call for the next round as well. So just want to say that stay positive, stay working on your own path. And I think I can say that persistently working on those few things helped me a lot during my journey to where I am right now. I just began as a newbie, and I hope this Canada journey is a very good one.
Thank you so much, Ankita, for that. I'm particularly interested in one particular incident that happened with you. As you landed, you received an offer, and you asked for time to think, and the offer was rescinded.
Oh yes. So when I came here, I took through one of the platforms. I applied for a job. I went in for the job interview. They were very good, and the interview had 2 rounds. I matched the skills that they went, and although I worked in a finance company, the company that I applied was a very different one. But since it's core finance concepts, I was able to I convinced them I can do it, and they liked it, and we went through. A week later, I got a call saying that you've been hired, and on the same day I received another offer to think about it and everything. So I just asked for more time, and I wanted to discuss with people around, asking how is this thing, because it was very sudden, and I did not cut some of the things around the job market and everything. And I said, go ahead. And and went back to the recruiter and said, okay, fine, I want to take it. And he said, fine. Then he asked me for my documents and everything. Once we gave ahead with that, the next day, there was a comeback from the recruiter saying that, oh, the manager has rescinded the offer, and they're no longer hiring, etc. And I saw that post online for still another month and a half. It was very heartbreaking to see that, and I didn't know what went wrong, because I just had asked for time, and because I was navigating very newly. I understand when they say that it's a first offer, take it up, grab it up. I just didn't know what else to do. So it was very heart chatting, because I would have been employed within like a month of landing here, and then I was unemployed.
But if you would have taken that, Ankita, you wouldn't be here right now with your dream job happening, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the lesson learned from there was that it's okay to accept that you made a mistake, but you cannot stay there, right? You have to move forward, right? So thank you for sharing that. Moving on, Vijay and Sada, thank you so much for joining. So Vijay, let's start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'd like to dig into one of those interesting stories that both of you went through together. So let's start with you.
Okay, so yep, I came here as international student. Like most of my there's so many friends of mine here who came as international student. I came here in 2016 and started a completely new journey, new country. I was kind of scared, but then yeah, let's see how it's gonna go. It was a good college time, and then we met you, Meena, and you supported us like anything, like every time in our studies, in for jobs, in for how to improve our LinkedIn profile. I didn't even had my LinkedIn profile before coming here, so everything was helped by everything was taught by you, and then and yes, the story which we're going to discuss, I want Sada to be in that, but yeah, that everything was going good, and then something came in between, and then we were kind of stressed, and everything is having a solution. No problem is so long that it's not going to solve. But then yes, we stayed there. We kind of I worked on my projects. I worked on my extra projects so that I can showcase in all of destination CEO showcases, where I can at least put forward my skills. I can tell what all I am good at, what I can work on. And so yeah, I got my job in one of those showcase thing, and I was so happy. Yep.
What do you do right now?
I'm working as a software developer with BlueLink ERP, mobile and web development. Again, one of the project which I showcased was the web, and so they liked it. My manager was in the showcase. My current manager was in that showcase, and he was impressed. And so yeah, I'm happy. I'm kind of happy working there right now, and I don't know how to thank you, Meena, because everything was because of you. Everything was because of you. Everything was because of Diana Care. Sorry, yeah, Diana Care was my capstone project, and yes, it was also. I'm also thankful to them, and yes, Destination CEO for sure.
Thank you so much. And let's bring Sada in the picture now. Sada, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone. Congratulations first of all to the class of 2020. I know this is a really hard time for everyone, but you got through. Kudos to everyone. So I'm Sadhan Rao. I'm the data engineer with Dynacare right now. I've been working there for past 2 years. So I was a student at Humber. I came to Canada in 2016 as well, and did my course with Humber College. Did my capstone with Dynacare. So Vijay was also part of the same capstone which we were talking about a few minutes back. And from there onwards, there was a job opening and I applied. So one of the reason I applied for that job was I spoke to Meena about it, and we had a conversation saying that why don't I just go and talk to people in Dynacare and ask about if there is any opening. So networking makes a huge difference actually, and Meena used to tell us in every classes saying that go ahead, do networking, make your connections, build your connections, and that's how I landed up where I am right now. So we did many showcases also around with Destination CEO, and one of them actually was the Dynacare Capsule project.
Thank you, thank you. And because we're facing a pandemic, and this is now a worldwide pandemic, so I know that what you're going to share may not sound as dramatic, but when you were going through it, it was extremely dramatic, and personally, it took its toll on all of you. So why don't you tell us about that incident and what kept you motivated and positive through that journey, that you knew that it was going to end eventually?
So basically, during when we were studying, we had this teacher strike that time, and we really didn't know when that's gonna end. And it was dragging for months and months. And we were in. There were many doubts going on in our mind, like how would we find a capstone project? How would we finish our studies? And there were many mind-boggling things which was happening, and we were confused. I mean, how would we go look for a job? How would we do anything right now? So during that time, we were all devastated, and we were like, what's going to happen next? And finally, one of the things where one of the things I remember you told us that whatever happens, the classes are going to resume, but we don't know the timeline yet. But uh, keep working on things what you are already working on. Try to build up your connections no matter what. I know the situation is not the same right now. You aren't able to move out freely, but still, people can make connections through many portals right now available to them. And during those times, we kept on going. We did whatever we could do to build our connections, to network with people, to find out more things about the industries around. So as we are going ahead, we try to keep our coursework. Even though classes weren't going, we try to upgrade our skills with whatever resources we had in our hand. And yeah, those were tough times, but yes, it's not a permanent thing. We will all get through that. We always do.
I want to add one thing in that. Yes. So Meena, your question was how were we motivated? I remember my resume was so bad that and I was trying applying everywhere and no one was even responding back saying no, okay, fine, you're not, the profile doesn't match with our job or whatever. But then I remember you, Meena, helped me, and you told me that why don't you attend one of the Destination CEO resume uh, thing, and where you can yeah, I don't remember the exact word you said, but you said you come here and we are going to work with your resume. And then I got something where I was at least getting job offer, like an interview calls, and and rest of the thing, it was mine that I have to go and crack the interview. But I got like three to four interview calls after you worked on my resume. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that, for improving how to showcase my how to show my resume, how to showcase my the skills in resume. Yep.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And I think the key point to remember over here is that yes, it's times of uncertainty right now, and we don't know what's going to come, but we know something is going to come because things are changing and things will change, and they've always changed, right? We've never been in this situation, so we don't know how things will change. But at the end of the day, humanity is extremely important. So I'm grateful to Humber College for giving me the opportunity to teach these wonderful, wonderful, amazing students and bringing them in my life. And yes, I did volunteer, and I do volunteer a lot to help my students achieve the success, even though it's not a part of my job. And that's another reason why Destination CEO was started, and it's growing, because I'm not just helping the students from the college, but it has grown into a virtual community. It's grown into what it is right now, and it is going to continue growing. And as we continue growing, and as we start bringing all of these stories, and almost like the unsung heroes, the people that hide behind the screens, that are making the difference in this world. So Ankita, Vijay, Sada, these are some of those people that you may never see on screen or being highlighted on, but they have gone through their journeys. They've left behind a lot, and they moved forward. So in everybody's life, there are going to be situations where we are going to feel stuck. But if we're going to be attached to that feeling, we're never going to be able to move forward. So like how Sada and Vijay, they took the time during the teacher strike when future was quite uncertain, and being a teacher, I was on strike. So I could not have the opportunity to connect with my students, and it was very, very difficult. But I made a pledge that whenever the strike ends, I'm going to do everything possible to ensure that the entire class and all the students achieve their career goals, meet the success. And that's what we're trying to do right now. So in order to help all of you that are stuck in this pandemic, and to provide you with resources, and to provide you with as much support as possible, we are going to be having a few things this week, and I hope that those that are watching us will join us, and those that watch the recording will join as well. So on Thursday, yes, May 21st, Thursday, we're going to be having a very special workshop with the Associate Dean of Humber College, Associate Dean of Film and Television, Andrew Ainsworth. He was the one that pushed me on screen, on camera for the first time in my life. And I absolutely adore him. And I think he did well. So please, if you haven't registered for this workshop, it's not a LinkedIn Live, it's a Zoom workshop. So please make sure that you register for this workshop, and I will be posting the link in the comment section. The other thing that we are bringing to all of you is Destination CEO. You are the CEO of your Destiny networking event. So some of you have already attended that event a couple weeks ago when we had it. We are coming together, and in this networking event, you are going to get an opportunity to meet with almost 30 industry leaders who have all come together to volunteer their time to provide you with feedback on things that you might be struggling with, to motivate you, to inspire you, to give you the support that, or the guidance, or the direction that you might be seeking right now. So please make sure that you sign in, you register. I will be posting all of those links in the chat box. But if you have any questions, because I don't see any questions that have come through the live stream, and sometimes the questions do come after the live stream is over, please make sure that you write in your questions, and we will try our best to respond. Guys, any final words before we wrap up the show?
Just one that make use of this networking events maximum possible and reach out to people. You will never know which person can help you when, and every connection has like a great importance. I have interacted with a couple of mentors who are not exactly from my stream, but they did connect me to a couple of other people who have helped me a lot gain more understanding of the Canadian market, or even about the jobs earlier. So I would to say that, expand your network right now. That would be the best investment of your time and money in this time.
Thank you. Vijay, Sada, do you have any final words?
Guys, this problem is going to solve, and yes, just keep learning, keep connecting people, and work on your core skills, which is very important. Once this is done, you have to showcase yourself and try and connect as many virtual events you can, and try and connect as many people you can. And that's how you're going to get job. That's how you're going to get successful here. That's what my funda is, and so that's what I want you guys to do. And best of luck. This is going to get over.
Thank you.
All right. So keep your positive attitude and positive thinking up right now. I know these are the tough times going on, but this will end soon. So all the best to everyone.
Thank you. And then the next time I see you, it will be on Wednesday, the last call with Leo Luke and Sally Malia. Congratulations, class of 2020, the chosen ones, the chosen class of 2020. Make today be the first day of our new tomorrow. Have a wonderful start of the